Kwenye miguu yetu simani na kumani. Hello, how are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment, the commission will be coming in, chairperson and members of the commission. We shall stand and remain upstanding and sing the national anthem, and then receive a prayer and we begin our program. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. The commission, members of the Electoral Commission, members of the commission should be getting in momentarily, and that is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Simon, and he's accompanied by members of the commission, Commissioner Dr. Simba Kayunga, Sadi Commissioner Carol Binamario, Commissioner Stephen Tashobia, Commissioner Anthony Okello, and Commissioner Peter Emoront, and behind them there is the Acting Secretary, Mr. Richard Babu. We'll remain standing and let's have the anthems. the Deputy Imam of Makerere University, Imam Muhammad Sumbule, is going to lead us in that prayer.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. O Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, O Allah, we ask you to make this election process one that is filled with your mercy and grace. Grant us success, ease, and protection from all harm during this time. O Allah, the bestower of wisdom and guidance, we seek your help and rely upon you in all matters. You alone control the outcome of all affairs. We ask you to make this process smooth, transparent, and just. O Allah, we ask you to make this election one that leads to righteousness, peace, and the betterment of our Kawepe North. Protect us from any division, conflict, and guide us to make decisions that are in accordance with your will. O Allah, the solver of all problems, the knower of all things, we ask you to bless our leaders with wisdom and understanding. Guide those who are running for office to be just, fair in the election and decision. O Allah, keep this election free from corruption, falsehood, and confusion. Let it be conducted with integrity and allow the truth to prevail in every aspect of the process. O Allah, make this time of unity for our nation. Protect us from division and disunity and bring us together in pursuit of justice, fairness, and common good. O Allah, we ask you your protection from any form of fitna, fire, and tribulation, and harm that may arise during this process. Let the outcome be means of betterment of our nation, its people, and the future of all. O Allah, grant the Electoral Commission the strength, patience, and wisdom to handle the result of this election with grace, dignity, no matter the outcome. Help us remain united, peaceful, and devoted to the betterment of our society. O Allah, you are the bestower of peace, the protector of all. We place our trust in you and we ask for your blessing on this election. Make it success in every way and bring about good for our community, our country, and for the world. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul hazna idha shi'ta sahla. اللهم احسن عاقبتنا في امورنا كلها واجرنا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الاخره وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amen. Please, can you clap for the Imam, Deputy Imam, for this very powerful message of prayer that brings all of us on board. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Julius Muchunguzi. I'm the head of public relations at the Electoral Commission and I'm the spokesperson of the Electoral Commission. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Justice Byabakama Mugeji Simon, members of the Commission, in particular the Commissioner responsible for this area where we are, Commissioner Dr. Simba Kayunga Sali, the Acting Secretary of the Commission, candidates, and your agents, the very reason why we are here. The returning officer for this by-election, Mr. Henry Makabai, who is the returning officer for Kampala electoral area, this Kampala district, members of management of the Electoral Commission and members of staff of the Commission, representatives and security agencies who are here in this room, observers, members from the diplomatic corps, the leadership, the local leadership of Kawempe and Kampala, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this pre-polling meeting where the commission and the candidates and their representatives and all the key stakeholders in this electoral process are going to share some updates and information about the polling day that falls tomorrow. I do not want to take any more time. The program is meant to be focused and brief, and at this moment I would like to invite the returning officer, Mr. Henry Makabai. Please put your hands together. This is the man, the returning officer for this by-election, to welcome us to this party and tell us what to expect. Thank you.
Good afternoon to you all. You're most welcome to this pre-polling meeting. Like is mentioned, my name is Henry Makabai, the returning officer for the by-election we are holding tomorrow. The chairperson of the Electoral Commission, commissioners, members of the diplomatic corps, government officials, security officers who are present, candidates, representatives of candidates, staff of the Electoral Commission, members of political parties and organizations present here, service providers, ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome to this pre-polling meeting where we point out to you the level of readiness for the by-election that we are holding tomorrow, that starts at 7 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. tomorrow. I would like to say that we are close to the end of the roadmap that was rolled out by the Electoral Commission on the 27th of January. We handled an update of the register exercise. We displayed that register for people to raise objections to the contents. We've had training of polling officials that ended today. So we are ready for polling, and I'm saying we are ready because at about midday today, I witnessed the closing of the boxes that contain our ballot papers. This was done at about midday today at our warehouse, and those boxes are ready for dispatch to the polling stations very early in the morning, so that by 7 o'clock all materials should be reaching the polling stations. My interaction with security indicates that they are very ready for the exercise. They guarantee the security of those who will be turning up to the polls. I take this opportunity to urge all members of Kawempe South, the voters, to turn up without fear, to express their Kawempe North and color. And also, to be specific, there is a by-election also for the councillor of Kazoa Angola, which is still within the constituency. I urge them to turn up in big numbers, not to fear any intimidation, because we have been assured that there will be security of persons and property in the course of the day. May I emphasize that, one, for those who will be manning the polling stations, we have biometric verifications, which should be a must for every voter that will be going through the polling stations. And for those who will be retrieving the results, I expect 2 envelopes at my desk as returning officer. The first envelope bearing the results, a declaration of results form. The second envelope should also have a declaration of results form, an official report book, and accountability of ballot papers. With those remarks, ladies and gentlemen, let me emphasize that we are ready for tomorrow's by-election, and let us go through it peacefully. Let us all be law-abiding, and being law-abiding, I'm making reference to the electoral officers, I'm making reference to the law enforcement. They are also bound by the law. And I'm making reference to the politicians and their supporters. Let us be law-abiding to have a smooth election tomorrow. Thank you very much. I wish you a successful and peaceful election tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mr. Henry Makabai, the returning officer. I now would like to invite the regional election officer for Kampala. For the information of the audience, the Electoral Commission that mapped the country into 12 electoral regions, and we have the region of Kampala. Mr. Tolbert Musengus, please. This is the regional election officer for Kampala and the surroundings. He'll tell you what the surroundings refer to.
Thank you so much. PRO, chairperson, commissioners, secretary, and all our stakeholders today. Allow me, chairperson, report the stakeholders that we are ready for sealed in the presence of the candidates and their agents. We have issued to the candidates and their agents who are at the parking a file. And in the file, there is a parking list containing seals that have been placed on the black ballot box. Also in the file is a parking list showing the serial numbers of all the ballot papers that have been sent to all the 187 polling stations. Also in that file, Lord Chair, is a parking list showing the serial numbers of the 2 envelopes that the returning officer was talking about. One that will contain the results and another that will contain a copy of an DR form, ABP, ORB, and the BVVK EC form. Lord Chair, members, we are stationed at the Electoral Commission Stores Banda. That is where the loading of the ballot boxes and all poll materials will be, and this will start at exactly 3 a.m. At exactly 3 a.m., Lord Chair, we are going to start loading the ballot boxes on the vehicles. We have allocated each 3 polling stations a vehicle with the supervisor of Electoral Commission. Supervisors within a second can stand up for recognition. Supervisors who are going to be in the field, the Electoral Commission. Supervisors. Those are going to be in the field tomorrow. They will be identifiable by our corporate wear and our IDs. So loading starts at 3 a.m. and each vehicle will be secured by an armed policeman. Police has confirmed to us. Then dispatch to the 187 polling stations will start at exactly 5 a.m. 5 a.m. all vehicles will be setting off to go to all the 187 polling stations. These teams will remain in the field monitoring the exercise, and they will be with us in the evening to deliver the results to the returning officer. That is the brief report I have, Lord Chair, as far as operational preparations are concerned for tomorrow. And once again, I echo the commitment of the Commission that we are ready for tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, the Regional Election Officer, Setobat Musingusi. I just want to mention that this reporting meeting is being streamed live on the various platforms of the Electoral Commission on online and social media platforms. So those that are out there, you can inform them to follow these proceedings, because this is a bi-election campaign, but it is for the country as well. So we are live online. Now I would like to take this opportunity to invite the commissioner responsible for the region, Commissioner Dr. Simba Kayunga Sali.
Lord Chair, I'll say protocol observed. Mine is a simple task in the interest of time, because in addition to your speech, we also want to listen to the stakeholders. So we want to give them adequate time to raise issues and concerns. Otherwise, apart from that, as Commissioner in charge of the region, in spite of some challenges we have had in the last few days, I would attest to the reports given by the technical team that we are ready tomorrow to conduct a free, fair, and credible election, the Almighty God willing. So with that, let me take this opportunity to invite you to address the stakeholders who have come to attend the pre-polling meeting. Thank you.
In the interest of time, we'll also adopt the protocols that have been observed by the previous speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to this briefing, where the Commission will update you on the final preparations for the by-elections of the Member of Parliament for Kawempe Division North Constituency and the seated division directly elected councillor for Kazo Angola A, Kawempe Division, Kampala City. As you are aware, the vacancy for Member of Parliament for the said constituency occurred as a result of the death of the former MP, Honorable Segrinya Muhammad, which occurred on the 9th of January 2025. And as required by law, the statutory deadline for conducting the parliamentary by-election is 60 days after notification from the Clerk of Parliament on the occurrence of the vacancy. In this particular case, the said period will lapse on the 15th of March 2025, which I think will be Saturday. Accordingly, the Commission has undertaken various activities under the program for the conduct of the said by-election, which include the following. They have been concluded. Update with the National Voters Register, which occurred from 27th January to 31st January at update stations in each of the 9 parishes in Kawempe Division. The display of the National Voters Register in the said constituency was conducted for a period of 10 days. That is from Monday 10th February to Wednesday 19th February 2025. At all the 197 polling stations in Kawempe Division North. Thirdly, the nomination exercise was conducted on the 26th and 27th February 2025 at the Electoral Commission offices for Kawempe Division. And the following candidates were duly nominated to contest for the by-elections, and they will accordingly be on the ballot paper. 1. Engena Maituma Edward Stanley, who is an independent candidate, and his symbol is the ball. Kasaka Henry Mubiru, flag bearer for the Democratic Party. Luwemba Luswa Muhammad, independent. His symbol is the radio. Luimbazi Elias Narukora, flag bearer for National Unity Platform. Mukibi Sadat, flag bearer for Forum for Democratic Change. Murerwa Anifa Karati, independent candidate, her symbol is a clock. Musitwa Ismail, flag bearer for People's Progressive Party. Mutazindwa Muhammad, independent candidate, his symbol is a bicycle. Nambi Farida Kigongo, flag bearer for National Resistance Movement. Sireko Moses, independent candidate, symbol a chair. As mentioned by my officers who have spoken before me, we also have by-elections for the directly elected councillor of Kazo Angora A Kawempe Division. The nominated candidates are Birmumaiso David Muwanguzi, independent, symbol chair. Mulinda Hussein, independent, symbol radio. Sebunya Sharif, Forum for Democratic Change. Sebugwao Tadeo, Democratic Party. Sebuma Bills Robert, independent, symbol clock. Semata Lawrence Masudi, National Resistance Movement. Setuba Habiba, National Unity Platform. Iga Musobia Ngobia, independent, symbol or. The campaign meetings for the by-election commenced on Friday, 28th February this year and was successfully concluded yesterday, the 12th of March. At the start of the campaigns, there was a violent clash between the supporters of one of the candidates and law enforcement agencies, which was unfortunate and regrettable. The Commission, however, immediately engaged the security leadership and the leaders of NUP in order to devise ways of avoiding such occurrences. I'm glad to report that both parties undertook to ensure peaceful conduct of campaign meetings. We therefore wish to commend all the candidates and their supporters for a generally peaceful campaign period. Voting, as mentioned, shall be by universal adult suffrage and shall take place at all the 197 polling stations in Kawempe Division. In the case of the directly elected member of parliament, the 8 polling stations in Kazo Angola, however, we each have a second ballot box for the by-election of the seated division directly elected councillor of Kazo Angola, box for the member of parliament. So those 8 polling stations will have 2 ballot boxes. Polling, as required by the law, will begin at 7 a.m. and close at 4 p.m. However, if by the close by 4 p.m., if there are any voters in the queue who have not yet cast their votes, the law permits them to cast their votes. The one who will not be allowed to vote is a voter who turns up after 4 p.m. After polling or voting, the counting of votes and announcing of results by the respective presiding officers shall take place at each polling station. Political parties and the candidates are encouraged to appoint in writing and deploy their agents at each polling station. Please note that other than observing the exercise, the candidate's agents shall not be expected to interfere with the polling process or to assist any voter who cannot vote by him or herself. Your agents are not supposed to assist the persons with some disabilities who cannot vote by themselves. By law, those persons are supposed to come with helpers of their choice. Because we have seen some elections where the agents of candidates want to assist those voters. It's not permitted or allowed. We strongly urge voters to turn up early at their respective polling stations so that polling processes can commence in time, that is by 7 a.m. However, I wish to add a rider. Again, according to the law, the polling station can only open or polling can only start after 10 registered voters at that polling station are present. The presiding officer cannot open the kit or that black box which contains all the materials to be used at this polling station unless and until 10 voters at that polling station are present to witness that. That is one of the hallmarks of transparency, I want to believe. The Electoral Commission has completed preparing the National Voters Register for the constituency, which bears the names of all the 199,64 registered voters. 199,064 voters are expected to cast their votes in Kawempe North Division tomorrow. They are segregated as follows. Females, 104,552 voters, representing 52.5%. The women voters are more than the men. Males, 94,512, representing 47.5%. The Commission has issued a copy of the voters' register to participating candidates to enable them, that is the candidates, through their official agents, to ensure that only eligible voters or persons can vote in this by-election at the polling stations where they are registered as voters. The Commission will be dispatching the polling kit or materials to all the said polling stations in Kawempe Division tomorrow, Thursday, 13th of March 2025, to ensure that polling commences on time. As you heard, I think the returning officer of the regional inviting political parties, candidates, or your agents, come and witness how this loading is taking place. You can even accompany the vehicles to see whether it will branch off somewhere. For us, we are saying all our materials, all our ballot papers are intact. Although I heard when I was coming here in Uruvuvu, I heard that some ballot papers were being printed somewhere. I wish somebody could give us a sample of those ballot papers. We shall outrightly disprove that these are not our ballot papers. Our ballot papers are still intact. They have not been disputed anywhere as yet. However, if you have that evidence, please bring it to our attention. Designated candidates agents are advised to report to the ECY House in Banda. Now we have had by 3 a.m. tomorrow to observe the dispatch of the polling kits, their respective polling stations. We wish to draw the attention of the political parties participating in this by-election to Section 16, subsection 1 and 1A of the Electoral Commission Act, which provides for the accreditation of representatives of political parties, independent candidates, civil society organizations, and any other duly registered institution to observe electoral activities. Indeed, we have received a number of applications or requests for those who want to observe or participate in this process as observers. And I think we have accredited quite a number. Accordingly, please, political parties note, you've been permitted to deploy not more than 5 observers per parish or ward. If you cared to inform the commission, apply to the commission that I'll be deploying 5 observers in this parish or ward in the division tomorrow, and these are their passport photos, these are their names. But if you did not, please don't deploy your observers tomorrow unless they have the official tags of the Electoral Commission. Don't deploy people who are purported to be observers if they have not been accredited by the Commission. The same goes with what do they call this vote protectors. I have searched in the electoral laws. There is no concept of a vote protector. It's not there. What is there are agents of candidates. And if polling is taking place at a polling station, and the law permits each candidate to have 2 agents at the polling station, those are your vote protectors. So why do you want to come up with different human beings and say these are my vote protectors? Please, let us try as much as possible to abide by the law. Your 2 agents are your vote protectors. Mind you, you are the one who has identified these agents and appointed them. We don't want to cause unnecessary fracas on polling day with people trying to establish who are you, where is your accreditation, and so on. Let's avoid all that. The accredited observers will be required to limit their activity to the designated areas or parishes or wards. And the police have been notified to enforce this regulation. If your observer or agent, no, your observer, so agents are confined to polling station, all right? Observers are per parish. And the third is observer in this parish. Now, this observer is not a roving observer. You're in the Kazo Angola zone, then you're in this parish, you're in the other parish, and I'm an observer, I can go anywhere. No, the law says you carry out your observatory role in that particular parish. It's only these, I think, the other local observers who can go anywhere. But for candidates observers, you are confined, you are supposed to operate within a restricted or a given area. Secondly, participating political parties and independent candidates should also have submitted the names of not more than 5 observers who have been accredited for purposes of accessing the tally center and observing the tallying process. You have observers per parish, 5. For the tally center, you are also entitled to appoint 5 observers whom the commission has already appointed, because I cannot say whom the commission will accredit. If you have not appointed any observers for the tally center, we have closed the door now to observe, to accrediting observers. It is too late. But candidates, political parties, remember you have 5 slots at the tally center. The commission has provided all those accredited with the written clearance, the relevant information, and identification to observe the by-election. As for the media, I want you to note, you will only be required to present valid identification of the media organization you belong to in order to access any polling station or the tally center. We don't accredit media people. We don't ask them to identify themselves with the IDs of their media houses. Any individual found to be doing the duties of an observer or agent without due accreditation will be prosecuted in accordance with the law. The Electoral Commission, as is our practice, has established a query or complaints desk here at the tally center to receive and handle any complaints that may arise in any area tomorrow during the by-election. This polling desk will be open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Commission therefore encourages each political party or independent candidate to appoint an official agent to sit with the Commission officials at these complaints desks to ease the handling of any query and or complaint that may arise. We have provided toll-free numbers to enhance this process. The first number, which I would like you to note, 0800-300-121. I repeat, 0800-300-121. It's a toll-free number. The second toll-free number, all the digits are the same except the last one, the same as the previous one. The last digit is a 2. It's also toll-free. We also have non-toll-free numbers. You must have some airtime to call this one. 0393-280-498. The other one is 0393-280-488. It's also a non-toll-free number. We have also established a media center at the Tally Center here to coordinate information and provide updates on issues and the progress of the electoral process. The media center will be managed by officials from the Public Relations Department of the Electoral Commission and a designated officer of the Uganda Police Force. There will be giving periodic briefings on the progress of the electoral process, as well as addressing any emerging issues. As Mr. Rode introduced himself, the returning officer for this process is Mr. Henry Makabai. The Electoral Commission has already gazetted, as required by the law, Makerere University School of Public Health, Lower Auditorium, as the election results study center for this by-election, where we are now. Please note that, save for the candidates, or except for the candidates, access to the tally center will be restricted to only authorized persons who shall have the respective accreditation tags or cards. The candidates are at liberty to approach or to access the tally center tomorrow, because those are the people why we are here. For them, they don't need any accreditation to access the tally center. In conclusion, the Commission wishes to appeal to the political parties, candidates, their agents, supporters, and all stakeholders to conduct themselves in accordance with the law and the guidelines issued by the Electoral Commission for these by-elections. We should all work together to achieve a credible, peaceful exercise. I call once again upon the voters to come out early and freely cast their votes. I would like to assure the people of Kawepe North Division that the Commission, working with the Uganda Police Force, has made adequate preparations to ensure a peaceful and secure electoral environment. I wish to warn all stakeholders in these by-elections that any unlawful conduct will be dealt with in accordance with the law. The Electoral Commission calls upon all stakeholders in this electoral process to participate in the remaining activity tomorrow, which is polling, following or adhering to the law and guidelines issued by the Commission regarding these by-elections. I thank you for listening to me. For God and my country.
Thank you very much, Lord Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, for those words of guidance. Now, according to the program that we have, we are going to take feedback and comments and questions and observations from you. You will raise your hand, you will say your names and which institution you represent, and then you will ask or make a comment on any of the issues that have been raised by the speakers. The floor is open. Let me get Richard to move very quickly with the microphone. Richard. Come, I think if you can, please.
Hello, my name is Joshua Mwesugwe from Switch Africa, and my question is quite simple. Why are election seasons and periods becoming a death trap for young people?
Thank you. The lady.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Farida Lule, the Executive Director of Shahidi Foundation Uganda, and I'm going to observe this election. My question goes to the Commission. I'd like guidance in case, in a matter where the candidate brings a DRF form and the returning officer is reading the results from a particular polling station, and the candidate is not in agreement with what the returning officer is reading. The candidate asks for attention from the returning officer, and the returning officer declines to give the candidate attention and goes ahead to read and ignores the candidate. What happens, and what does the law say?
Thank you very much. Pass it on to the gentleman there.
My name is Sabina Ellis Grace, an observer at the Talent Center from the Conservative Party. I'm asking a question. At what time are we supposed to report here as observers to the Talent Center tomorrow? Thank you very much.
Thank you. The point, the gentleman, you can give to him so that.
Thank you. My name is Augustine Ojobile. I'm from the Forum for Democratic Change, and I'm representing Khalifa. Mr. Chair, maybe to begin with the issue of vote protectors. I think unless you will have to clarify, I think the law talks of minimum of 2. It has never told us maximum. So maybe we need some clarification of that. It talks of minimum 2 people per polling station. So maybe you clarify what the maximum is. Because I think if we had 2 seated in the polling gazetted area, the others can be outside. So maybe you will help us understand the maximum. Also, Mr. Chair, just yesterday, I tried to communicate with the Electoral Commission over some of our people who were accredited, and unfortunately they were arrested in Soroti. That is the party president of FDC, Joan Alogo, MP, Soroti City, and Jonathan Egwaru, MP, Soroti City. The 3 were already on the list for accreditation. And when I communicated with the Electoral Commission, they advised me to write, and then they would be, we would amend the list. Unfortunately, something that has never happened ever since I started maybe cooperating with the Electoral Commission as an electoral official from FDC. As early as 8:30, the tags were already at our office, indicating that whatever I was going to bring for changes was not welcome. Yet I had been told by one of your commissioners that it is okay, please, as early as 8, make sure you come and we make the changes. But by 8:30, the tags had been delivered at our office with the list of individuals that I wanted to amend. So I don't know whether it was a trick to tell me that please don't bring that list to our attention or something else. Yet other items that we had also expected EC to bring did not come. Like the register, we had to go to Electoral Commission and pick them. The same way we were going to pick the tags, but the tags had to come before us. So maybe that will be the last one. So it means I will be having gaps in my supervisors, because some of them are incarcerated, and I made this nominee to Electoral Commission earlier. So with no attempt, I couldn't amend when you have already delivered. So maybe you can guide on what I should do.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kamiaka Sozi is the name. I'm from the Democratic Party, and I'm the campaign manager for Kasacha, the DP candidate. My concern, it goes straight to either there was a miscommunication or something like that, because on the election observers, the 5 parish observers, I tried to reach out to the office of the Electoral Commission, and I met with the regional officer. We had a peace conversation together, and he informed us that they are not necessary. Actually, he did a quick math. He said that if we could allow 5 members for each candidates, 5 times 9, that would be about 45 people, times 9 sub-parishes, that would be a lot of people within the constituency. So I went back with the names of the 5 members to be accredited for the parish. Now, here we are, the chairman is telling us that if you're not accredited to be into that parish, you will not be allowed. I had already made some tags for my people, but based on what the chairman has said, that means they won't be allowed. However, if it's in the interest of the Electoral Commission for the Democratic Party to have the 5 parish observers, I have them in a soft copy. I don't know if it is a provision or any provision, you can have them accredited. Otherwise, I don't know who is responsible, either the regional Mr. Tolba, or me or some, I don't know. How are we going to do this? Thank you.
Thank you very much. There is a candidate here, please. Lord Chair. Mr. Nangola.
I thank you for the latitude, my Lord. My name is Ruimbas Elias Nalokola. My Lord, in the first place, allow me to submit that an election is not an event, but rather a process. Wrongdoing in the course of that process may indeed not result into the intended. My Lord, we had organized as per our harmonized program before the Electoral Commission to have our final and last rally at One Parish. That is yesterday. And then in the final hours, we were informed by security organs that we were not allowed to hold our rally at One because Nambi, one of the candidates, had invited General Museveni to address a gathering at Kawempe One Parish, Mbogo Zone. We were advised to go to the other side after crossing Gayaza Road, and indeed we organized to have a rally at Komamboga and campaign within those parishes. However, as we were campaigning, the same security men attacked us, tear gassed us, shot at us. Many of my supporters sustained injuries. My motor vehicle, among other items, were confiscated. And Mr. Chairman, as we talk now, I don't have a motor vehicle. I'm a candidate, but my motor vehicle was confiscated by police. I can't communicate. My phones were taken, my money, even my tools of trade. You know, I'm an advocate and a commissioner for oath. My stamp was taken, my client's agreements which were in the motor vehicle. Can you imagine, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, my personal assistant and my supporters were arrested and detained at police. I can't communicate. Mr. Chairman, I could not even call you or any commissioner or even the returning officer because I don't have my phones. Is that acceptable in a free and democratic society? Mr. Chairman, we received information that there is a group of people at Namere who were taking ballot papers before polling. We could not believe that. So we chose to go there and talk in a civil manner to establish whether that is true. And yet in a company of the leader of opposition, Honorable Joel Senyoni, and the Secretary General of my party, Honorable Lubongoya, we went to Namere. We have learned that it is the house of Major Matovu, a former RDC. We found there a group of people with many motor vehicles. A number of them, their number plates had been covered. They were blocking off others. I'm talking about number plates. When we reached there as visitors, we were not welcomed, Mr. Chairman, but rather we were attacked. And my Secretary General here was hit in the face terribly with a baton. We went with a group of journalists. One sustained great injuries was Mr. Chibuika Stephen of NTV, and his camera was confiscated. The one of NBS, his phone was confiscated. Many of those guys shot in the air. Mr. Chairman, there is a problem somewhere. There is another camp along Obombo Road. It is led by one Captain Dashovia. I've come to know that he works with ISO. They are determined to do all wrongs, all evils against us. They are looking for our agents. Mr. Chairman, this is not how elections are conducted in a free and democratic society. When we reported the matter to police at Kawempe, no response. We were welcomed by the DPC, but we were there for almost an hour. They are saying, let us record your statements. Let us have this report entered into our books. And nobody is working on us. And we are afraid, we are likely to invite the citizens to take up that duty of protecting their fellow citizens instead of those who are supposed to keep law and order. Mr. Chairman, who is in control? Is it the police? Is it UPDF? Is it JAT? Where should we go? There is a challenge, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I don't have my motor vehicle. I don't have my phones. There is a challenge here. Allow me to invite my Secretary General to conclude my submissions. I thank you for that wonderful audience.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission and all the stakeholders gathered here. I wouldn't say it's a good afternoon in our camp as the National Unity Platform because this has been yet another violent electoral process. And we always have these meetings, pre-polling meetings every time. Unfortunately, I hope this time this meeting will yield. Because we had the same meeting in Omoro, we had the same meetings in Soroti, we had the same meetings in Oyam and other places. But we saw the very things we are complaining about today happened in those elections. For example, Mr. Chairman, when we met with you at the Commission, we agreed that we would adhere to the electoral program as approved. Our candidate has not been able to campaign in one parish, in a full parish, simply because yesterday security ordered him not to campaign there. And yet when we met the Electoral Commission, we were given assurance that because we believe that when the candidates were agreeing on their schedule, all candidates factored in who was going to come at what time, and so our candidate hasn't been able to campaign in a parish. And Mr. Chairman, I've written a complaint which is on your desk about that. Mr. Chairman and members of the Commission, you've consistently said there will be no numberless vehicles in this by-election. I just go to Kawempe and see how many numberless vehicles are there right now, some of which have been covered by the media. But like my candidate said here, today we bumped into them doing that. We got information that vehicles were moving into this compound with numbers. They come out without number plates. They go in with the number plates, they come out without number plates. So what is happening? And as we got into that compound, which we thought was actually a public place, because the cars which were there, some of them bore government number plates, and others did not have number plates at all, as you see on the media, because the journalists who were not battered and whose cameras were not taken, at least were able to capture all that. The question of predict ballot papers, Mr. Chairman, you've always given us assurances each time that the Commission protects these ballot papers, that you're the only ones with them. But Mr. Chairman, almost every by-election in this country and the general election, we normally see predict ballot papers. And we've been asking ourselves, where do these ballot papers come from? Number two, what happens to the people who are caught with those ballot papers? So, the fact that the Electoral Commission today is saying, the ballot papers are safe, we do not have confidence in that statement because this is what has always been told to us, only to reach into the field. I am not a prophet, but I can predict that tomorrow you'll see predict ballot papers flying around. Usually in favor of the NRM candidates. And as you know, we've always raised these complaints. People are arrested with them. some of the cases die, you don't see anybody prosecuted, and all that. So, Mr. Chairman, we are very, very concerned about where we are right now. We are concerned by the information we are getting almost every minute about people gathered somewhere, critiquing ballot papers and all that. Yes, our polling agents will be there, pick them up like they have done in the past. You remember, Mr. Chairman, in Omoro and many other by-elections, security moved in and picked up many of our polling agents off polling stations. And these are complaints we've repeatedly made to the Commission. So we hope this time around that when our polling agents come to the polling stations, they actually will be left to do their work, and that the voice of the people of Kawempe North will be respected. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Balimwezo.
Thank you so much. My name is Balimwezo Rona Bizuga, member of Loop. I wanted to know the extent of the polling station. If I finish voting and I stand 100 meters away from that protected zone, am I wrong? That's what I want to know.
Thank you very much.
And two, what are the roles of the RDCs in this election?
Thank you very much. Pass that microphone to the young man behind you. There's a young man behind you. First give it to him, then to you.
I'm a candidate.
Sorry. Please,
Thank you so much.
Please, by all means.
My name is Masiba Mahmoud, aspiring MP and independent. Mine is just to supplement on what Honorable Balimwezo was saying. The fraternity, the people will need to know why all the security operatives are inclusive in this by-election. This has brought a lot of fear, intimidation, mostly among the ghetto youth. Yesterday, yes, there are almost 60% have been detained. We have been receiving calls this morning that the ghetto youth, when these security operatives just look at them, they just get them and incarcerate them. So the ladies are in fear, and even the ghetto youth. Those young men in ghettos, they have fear, and they are most likely not to participate in this election. I would like also to bring to your attention that why don't you let these UPDF, the judge, go out of this process, and we at least remain with police. That one we can handle. But these guys from judge, Fuso, Diso, Piso, they are going to bring a lot of fear in our electorates. Please, kindly, Mr. Chairman, do whatever you can and let these people move out of the process. And lastly, it's about the register. By now, having the registers, how do you think we are going to move on by receiving the registers this early, this late? Please, you have done no justice to us. Thank you so much.
Lord Chair, with your indulgence, I think you may wish to first take this, and then we can have another round. You may wish to. The person is going to respond to those, and then we'll take another round.
Dear participants, thank you for the questions you have raised. I'll ask my secretary to respond to the issue of the registers, the timeliness of releasing or availing the registers to the candidates. The other issue is one I wanted to respond to. The issue of observers, the issue raised by Mr. Kasozi of DP. The rail told him one thing, now we are saying another thing. What is the correct position? And because of that, you are not able to therefore have the intended observers, those parishes, accredited or cleared. What can they do now? Then I'll respond to the rest. Okay. Secretary.
Thank you, Lord Chair. The Commission is required under the law to, within 12 hours, polling, share with political parties and candidates participating in an election some of the materials that I think the regional officer talked about here. A copy of the polling register. What we share with political parties is a copy of the polling register that is enclosed in the ballot box that goes to the polling station. The serial numbers of seals that have been used to seal the metallic box that transmits polling materials to the polling station, the seals to be used to seal the polling box during polling, and the serial number of the seal that seals the box after polling is concluded. We also share, as required by the law, a copy of the serial numbers of the transparent, tamper-evident envelopes that transmit results from the polling station to the returning officer, as well as the one that transmits the official report book and a second copy of the results. We also share with them the serial number of the declaration of results forms that are issued to each polling station. And this one we always do. I'm sure by now the participating political parties and candidates have already received files containing these details. The regional officer did mention here that when we were doing final packing of the kits, it was done in the presence of some of the agents or representatives of political parties and candidates. For avoidance of doubt, my Lord, this activity was done this afternoon at the Commission Warehouse in Banda. Mr. Peter Aiso of NUP was there. Is he here? Do you know him, Oleus? Mr. Peter, he was there. He was physically present and he signed in our register. Mr. Owere Asoka of NRM was there. Aris Katusabe of FDC was there. Tumusime Esau, representing Ajat Hanifa Kaladi, was there. When we packed all these materials, including the ballot papers that are being talked about, maybe I forgot to mention that in that file also, there are serial numbers of all ballot papers that we have sent each polling station. You have a copy of those ballot papers that we have in our box, which will be at the polling station tomorrow. You already have the serial numbers of those ballot papers, and these people were there when we sealed them. So we have also now been able to transmit to each of these political parties and candidates a copy of the register. This register is supposed to be used at the polling station tomorrow when voters are being verified, so that the political parties and candidates representatives, together with the polling officials, collectively verify voters who come to the polling station and present themselves to vote. This one we have done. On the question of the Democratic Party, these guidelines are in writing and they were issued right from the time, my Lord, you addressed the consultative meeting when the program for this activity was rolled out in Kawempe at the Tick Hotel. Political parties were informed then, and they have continuously been updated that you to be accredited to observe different processes in the by-election. You apply for accreditation and you apply to the Electoral Commission. It's unfortunate that the DP, and DP of course is an old party, we have been together in these things. So I don't know why the representative this time decided to look for advice and ended up not submitting where
the matter was brought to the attention of the commission. I remember I was seated in my office at that time. And what we did was outed with my fellow commissioners, and we told the people that, look, that venue was booked by that candidate. It should remain like that. And indeed, the party, any party chairman was, should we say, vacated, or he was told the candidate when he arrived, because for us we don't arrange. The harmonization program is not for the party presidents, party chairpersons. It is for the candidates. So it's the candidate who indicates that, look, my party president or chairman will be coming to lend me support on such a day. Can we please have him on this venue? If he had brought it to our attention, we would have looked at it. But it was not, unfortunately. However, as a matter of principle, the harmonized campaign program can be altered. It's not cast in stone. It can be altered or changed any minute. The parties are in agreement, the candidates. If the candidate X wants to change his or her venue to another venue, which is already booked by candidate Y, they have to agree among themselves that, can you allow me to occupy this venue instead of the other you. So, but in this case, as I say, this matter was not brought to our attention. We would have handled it. We handled it on the East in 20, was it 18 or 19? I don't remember. Number plates. We have discussed this matter in various engagements, and I thought this was something of the past. I think Mr. Rongo, I don't know whether he has left. Those of you who are in Dokoro, those of you who are in Kisoro, those of you who are in Wales, Yam, South, Serede, and so on. The concept of numberless vehicles had been dealt with. However, I want to urge security, the ones who are in charge. We do not expect as a commission to see numberless vehicles moving around tomorrow. We don't expect those. You very well know that such vehicles moving that manner are in breach of the law. And secondly, you create something sinister about your presence in the electoral area. If you are up to good or something legal, why should you obscure your number plate? So we thought we had put that behind us, because in subsequent by-elections we have been holding, we have not been having that phenomenon of numberless vehicles. We don't expect to see those. Maybe the police, I want you to note this. I want you to talk about this. Should we expect numberless vehicles tomorrow again? Who are these people who are above the law, who are moving these vehicles? And security just waves a white handkerchief at them. Muiteu, muiteu. So should other people also move with the numberless vehicles? Should all of us get rid of our numbers because we are having by-elections in Kawempe North Division? By-election. Should we do that? I repeat, we don't expect to see such vehicles. If they are seen, please let them be pounded, because that's the law. Protect ballot papers. You know, we were in the which constituency was this? Was this Oyam, Stephen, Commissioner? Oyam North, where some people invaded a polling station, people there in the rural areas, grabbed the ballot papers, critiqued them, and stuffed them. The Wananchi were very annoyed after this group had left, because understand or even armed. They smashed the ballot box and tore all these ballot papers. We went there with Commissioner Stephen, we informed what had happened. Two things. The critical thing is the fact that they could only come to the polling station and grab ballot papers which were lawfully or legally deployed at that polling station is an indication they could not get these ballot papers elsewhere. They could not obtain our ballot papers elsewhere apart from grabbing those which were lawfully placed at this polling station. That is one thing. Secondly, these were not staff of EC, schools. Thirdly, the polling station was manned by an unarmed constable. Our elections are so democratic that we don't even allow an armed police officer to be in charge of the polling station. No. So the constable was not armed. These people had the arms or a weapon. They came, grabbed the ballot papers, and did what they had. This is why we keep emphasizing and repeating that in order for us to have a credible, peaceful, free and fair election, every one of us must play his or her role in accordance with the law. My officers have told you the elaborate measures we have taken to be open and transparent about every process in this election, every planning, everything. We're even giving you the serial numbers of the ballot papers which are going to be placed at every polling station. We're giving you the serial numbers of the series which will be placed on these boxes. The commission has done its best. We have invited you to observe or to witness the dispatch of these materials. Tomorrow, as a commission, we do our part, and you also do your part. Political parties, agents, candidates, supporters of voters, security agencies, do your part. And then shall have a good election. Now, on the issue of, I don't expect the agents to be picked up. Why? The agents are provided for under the law. In fact, I want to clear the question with it, I think, Augustine, related to agents. I'm coming, actually. Now, according to the parliamentary election, because Augustine was saying that the law talks of at least two, that does not give a maximum number of agents, just gives a minimum. Section 32, subsection 2, Parliamentary Elections Act says Not more polling agents shall be appointed by a candidate. Not more than 2 representatives of polling agents shall be appointed by a candidate. So a candidate is only entitled to 2 polling agents per polling station. However, these agents are provided for under the law. Their presence at the polling station is therefore lawful or legal. We therefore do not expect anyone to place them under arrest because they are legal. Provided police agents, if you have not done it yet, can you do it tonight? Give your agents introductory letters or appointment letters, which you will hand over to the presiding officer. My agent at this polling station is so and so, so and so. Give them these letters, which you will hand over to the presiding officer for purposes of identification. Please, unless an agent is committing a crime or suspected to be committing a crime, he or she should not be placed under arrest. Now, candidate Narukora, I think I've talked about the last rally you're supposed to hold. How I wish you had brought that matter to our attention. Would have, I'm sure, addressed it as a commission. Whatever happened to you, your property being confiscated, your people being arrested, as I said, I don't speak for security of Uganda Police Force. I think they are here. They can explain that as to why they should not hand back your vehicle. Maybe it is an exhibit, I don't know. I don't want to conjecture or guess as to why this episode before you. Now, the issue of Namere, Pretigi, I only wish you had got a sample of this ballot paper. That you say you are not welcome, though you are visitors. And I think it is an African for us to handle visitors in such a manner. But if you suspect that something wrong is being done in relation to the by-election, our numbers, we have raised the toll-free numbers. Can you raise us? And why don't you raise us? Why didn't you raise us as a commission? I saw Mr. Romboy has missed a call, unfortunately, because I was in a meeting. When I tried to call back, he's not here. I tried to go back about 5 times. It was off. It was switched off. Maybe they had grabbed it also, I don't know. But it was off. We respond. We respond. But let's not try to be, let's not try to appear to be the ones who are enforcing some of these things. The enforcement. Now, the issue of reporting to police, again, they are here. I don't know whether the DPC is here. Why did you not take action when it was reported to you that some suspected crime concerning elections was taking place at Namere and this Bombo Road led by Captain Chashoye? Why was no action taken? I think it was Kamia Kasus has been answered. Augustine, your people were arrested yet they have been accredited? That's unfortunate. Have we issued them with accreditation tags already? And the issue of the ones who intended to replace being accredited instead, maybe the commissioner in charge of accreditation is here, Commissioner Simon. I think you will respond to that. You know, we are so organized. Everything has somebody responsible. Now, the person in charge of accreditation committee and the commission is Dr. Simbo. Although I'm the chairman, he knows how he handles these things. He only briefs us that this is what has happened. We have received so many applications. We have upgraded so many. Dr. Simba, I think he will talk about that, or the accreditation of the FDC people. What time is supposed to press? What time? He knows how he handles these things. He only briefs us that this is what has happened. We have received so many applications. We have upgraded so many. Dr. Simba, I think he will talk about that, of the accreditation of the FDC people. What time is supposed to press? What time is supposed to? He knows how he handles these things. He only proves us that this is what has happened. We have received so many applications. We have upgraded so many. Dr. Simba, I think he will talk about that, of the accreditation of the FDC